Welcome to this session, Cami, a STEM-tastic tool, where I'll be sharing some ideas of how Cami can enhance the learning experience for students, particularly in science, technology, engineering, and math. I'm Lilly Jensby, and I'm a firm believer in encouraging students to develop a sustained interest in STEM fields at an early age. A little bit of background about me. I'm from the elementary world, where I was a classroom teacher, an ESL teacher, and then a math instructional coach. While I was on an elementary campus, I really felt the strong conviction to raise interest in STEM topics for girls, particularly in grades 3 through 5. And so to that end, a colleague and I created a STEM engineering group called Gadget Girls. That path has led me to where I am now. I'm currently a digital learning specialist in North Texas, and I'm a Google certified trainer, and I'm a proud Cami hero, and I love how Cami really is a STEM-friendly tool. So we're going to take a look and see how Cami can really invigorate lessons and amplify student engagement. Our goal is to find innovative ways to use Cami to bring learning to life in STEM disciplines. We're going to frame our learning experience, this session, on how Cami can support the 4 C's, and that is creativity, just having students be able to show their voice and have choice and think outside the box. Collaboration, working together to achieve a common goal. Critical thinking, just looking and asking questions, looking at problems in different ways and finding solutions that are innovative and new. Communication, being able to share your ideas with your teacher, your peers, and even to the world. Our first stop is on the topic of creativity. So students can create a one-pager, a poster, or a PSA. Cami is normally or often thought of as a great annotation tool, but Cami can also be a fantastic creation tool. One of the things that I love about Cami is that you can embed media, search, do a Google search right inside the document, use text boxes and put in elements that really make your presentation pop. And students can add comments and ask questions using those commenting features, either text, video, or even screencasting, and then personalize it with a sticker. So let's look at an example. Here's a 5th grade science example, and you can see that it's a very visually appealing document. Students can use the text box feature, and then they have access to all of these really great, rich editing elements. So they can change the font, adjust the size. I can add background color, and students have the option to change the color of the wording and change the spacing between the words and use all of these different elements at their disposal. So in order to insert an image, you can go to this Add Media tab and go to the Google image search. So the one thing that we're missing from this document is weathering is a deposition image. So I'm going deposition, I'm going to search, and I like this where the rocks are sort of showing how they're deposited in right by the cliff. And on an image, you can move it all around, you can resize it. I can even crop the extraneous parts of the image so that I get really dive into what I really need. Whoops. And then there, I like that. I'm going to add a text box, and I'm going to use fairly large font. And I want the color white because I'm going to lay it over the image. Here in the text box bar, there's a great little feature called voice typing. And so this is great for students who have trouble navigating the keyboard, or even our young students who aren't really great with letters and typing words. I can use the voice typing and say, deposition is the dropping off of something. And there it's typed it for me. I'm going to move it right here on top of the image and maybe bold and resize. Let me enter and resize the rest of my text in a smaller font. There, I like it right there. So you can see that the terms of this particular topic are right there. The students create their own definition and they can present and show what they know. Down here, another feature for using the text box is the emojis. So there is an emoji icon right here where you have access to all the different emojis and they can really sort of show their personality or relate the image to the term that they need. And then once I get the emojis in, I can also change the direction of my text box. So this makes my words run vertically instead of horizontally, and that just makes it such a more interesting and eye-catching poster or one-pager. At the top, if I want to add a signature, I can add a name emoji, and this allows students to really kind of express their personality. They can add an image and their name in Google Drawing or any sort of image editing app, and then insert it right here in their one-pager. This allows students to really own their work and see how they can just be able to kind of show their personality. Our next stop is collaboration. So students are able to use a Hyperdoc with Kami in order to collaborate with their students and also engage with their teacher. If you're not familiar with a Hyperdoc, it's a one-page, not a one-page, but a single document that is interactive, and students are able to gain input through websites and videos, and then also be able to respond in some way. With Kami, you can embed videos and type at the same time. You can upload charts or add pages. You can show steps in the process by uploading images that the students can take pictures from, and then also allow students to reflect and comment. So let's look at an example. This is a roller coaster challenge, and this is a Hyperdoc that allows on the left side this sort of process where they are getting input and they are looking at different types of media, and then they have an output side where they get to respond to the content. Here in this first Explore section, they can watch this video.
My eyes are set looking ahead to 2020. The list of new roller coasters opening next year might be on the smaller side, but I think the quality of coasters are at a higher caliber. They're a good selection.
And be able to type my text alongside watching the video without having to toggle between tabs or stop the video in order to do another task. In the explain piece, the students are going to look at both video and website content as well as a text document, and they're all linked right here. So in Kami, when you enter a text box, you can link words with live links that will take them to different websites. And then you can also embed a video. So in order to do that, you can add media and go to YouTube. And then here, we're going to add this video that's created by CNN. It's how to build a roller coaster. And I'm just going to grab this URL and come back to my Kami document. And once it's uploaded, I can just drop it in right here. I can resize it. And then the students will be able to play it in right there inside the document. Our next stage is the apply stage, where students will go to this Design a Roller Coaster website, and they will be able to add different features and design their own roller coaster, but have to consider all these different variables. Once they've created a design, they can snip that design or give it a screenshot and then upload it into the document in this little chart. So you can see how students have added their name and then inserted 3 different trials of their roller coaster design. I love how students can use their name emojis to sort of show their personality and then be able to engage with each other's work. So you can see that there are several tries per student. And I can come over here to the comment section and add either a text comment to ask a question for my peers or my team members, use a voice comment or video myself, or even better, take a screen capture and be able to use my cursor and really explain what I'm talking about in my roller coaster or comment on a peer's roller coaster design. The last thing that they can do here is add a sticker. So students can vote on their favorite design by adding a sticker, and you can find those right here in the Add Media section. Down here at the bottom, Cami has a variety of just really fun stickers, and you can use that to place right there on the design that you like the best, and that gives great feedback for the students as well. As we move further, the students will share their findings with their team and then develop a team design of the best features of their roller coasters. And then in the extend part, they're going to be able to design and actually build their roller coaster. And here, students are able to add either images of the steps that they took, or even if they upload a video of the roller coaster in action, they can add it to this section. So when you add media, you can upload from your computer or from Google Drive, and then they can insert the image of their work. And that is great evidence of their design and of their learning. So that's another way that students can collaborate both with the teacher, who can just jump in at any time and watch what the students are doing and see how they're progressing, and maybe provide some feedback that's just in time before they move to the next stage of their learning, and for students to be able to collaborate with each other and build a better prototype. Just to remember things about a Hyperdoc, you want it to flow in a logical manner so that students can understand it and it's meaningful for them. And you can create these documents in a Google Doc or a Google Slide and then import them into Cami to add your videos. So any of those formats work with Cami, but you want to make space so you can upload those videos. And you can add charts as an image, but also you could just add a page and create your own chart right there. Another area that Cami is really popular in is mathematics, because it has so many rich and robust features that lend itself very nicely in math. So I'm going to show a critical thinking example, a problem solving example, and we'll use the signature feature to help pop in images quickly so students aren't bogged down with drawing, creating drawings, but they can really focus on the problem solving. And the teacher can, in a whiteboard situation, use Cami as a virtual whiteboard and have access to equation tools, to the drawing tool, to actually embed shapes. And we're going to see how the annotation tool can help teachers with their presentation in the whiteboard situation. So let's take a look. Here's a mixed problem-solving activity, and I notice right away that there's just a lot of words on this space right now, and so as a teacher, I might want to really have students focus in on one particular problem, and to be able to do that, Cami has this great feature in the toggle sidebar. There is an annotation bank right here. There's the icon. And here I've already uploaded a 3x5 card. So I can just drag and drop this right here inside the problem and hide those other problems so that it's not distracting for the student. Once I've done that, the student can focus on this one particular problem and really use their problem-solving skills. I notice that this is a rectangular prism problem, and so as a teacher, as I'm working through this problem, I can pop in from the annotation bank a rectangular prism, and then I'm not spending this valuable time drawing it. And then I noticed that it's a volume problem, so I have the volume formula right here, and I can pop that in as well. So a couple great ways to just utilize the annotation tool so that it saves you as a teacher time and the students stay focused on the problem at hand. As I scroll down, another useful way for students to engage is using the drawing tool. So if I'm demonstrating this in a whiteboard situation, I can use the drawing tool and select the thickness of the line I want. Maybe I want a pretty medium line, and then actually write in the equation or fill in the information. I can also use shapes. So this problem is a area problem, and I can use my shape, rectangle shape, to sort of show how there are shapes within this shape and help them break down the problem. If I hold down the shift key, it will make a perfect square, but I don't need that. So I can break down this problem into 3 quadrilaterals, and then students can solve for the area of each one or devise a strategy. Maybe as a teacher, I want them to find the perimeter first. What I could do is break the students out into a breakout room. The students can open a blank Kami document and have this problem right there for them, and they can solve it. At a given time, maybe they come back in 5 minutes, and they can upload their solutions. And then as a group, they will collaborate and learn from each other, kind of comparing and contrasting their strategies and being able to explain. And that's a great way to sort of deepen that learning and know part of math is finding that more efficient way of solving a problem. We can solve it in different ways, but we want the most efficient. As I scroll down, if they come back and look at the problem as a group and determine which would be the most efficient problem solving method, they can do that, and then they can represent. So if I wanted to represent this number 24, I can use my base 10 blocks, but if I uploaded the base 10 block images, I can simply insert it, and that saves the student time to draw the 10 sticks or the 1 cubes or whatever manipulative that they're using to illustrate their mathematical thinking. So that's how you can use Kami in a math situation, utilizing the annotation bank, having students be able to use the signature tool, and then having all of those math tools at their disposal. Communicate. So our last stop is demonstrating how Kami can help students communicate either steps in the process or sharing their thinking and their ideas. In this example is a early coding activity. And so coding has been shown to really have benefits for the student in the area of soft skills. And the students can do coding activities as early as pre-K and K. So here they're looking at an activity where the students have to help Kami escape. And a shout out to code.org where we took that example and Kamified it. And so here Kami is trying to escape from this maze, and the students can drag and drop these coding blocks right here in the document to kind of mark their path. And then they can switch it with another student, switch their solution, and each student partner can kind of work through that and see if the steps really made Kami escape. And in order to do that, you can come here to the signature tool again, and we uploaded the different blocks, coding blocks. And so if I want my first step is to turn right, and my second step is to go forward, I can just drag and drop right there. And then what's nice is when you hover over the signature tool, the tiles of your most recent additions will be right there, so you can just grab it and drop. How easy is that? So students have this great opportunity to sort of document their path and their thinking, and then interact with other students to test their solution out. One way to extend this activity is to come here to the More pages, and we're going to use a grid page, but you have lots of options: blank, lined, music. So we'll use a grid page, and you can choose portrait or landscape. So let's choose landscape for this activity. Here, I'm going to go ahead and draw a rectangle, and if I hold down the Shift key, it'll be a perfect square, and this will be my maze. And then students can go to the drawing tool, and I want a pretty thick font, and then I'm going to use a different color, and I can stamp the path inside this grid of the road that I want my Cami to go. And then I can change colors and maybe mark some roadblocks for the activity, and see if the students can manage the escape without hitting those roadblocks. So that's another way that students can use this tool. And then again, I can use my stamping signature to stamp and drag and drop my coding blocks. So we can see that being able to share their thinking and their designs with each other and develop and create coding activities is really a great way to utilize some of the Cami features. So what challenges can Cami tackle? It's a great creativity tool that can allow students to demonstrate what they know with using their voice and choice. You can build community with these collaborative challenges where all the students work together to solve a problem. You can experience the engineering design process interactively, where students can have that rich experience of designing and redesigning. And you can have a two-way communication with teachers and among your peers. So that's actually 3 ways. Critical thinking and problem solving. Students are able to devise more efficient methods and strategies to help them in their learning process. So I appreciate you joining me in the session. I hope that you have come away with 3 ideas that you can use in your classroom. I hope you have a wonderful summer. If you are on Twitter, I would love to connect with you. My handle is @Lilly Jensby. And if you tweet, please #CamiConnect. Thanks again for joining. Bye.